Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal giving you my thoughts, analysis, and rant. So, what do we have in this edition? Well, Google have recently announced the Google Pixel 8 and Google Pixel 8 Pro, their successor to the Google Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro. But what about the Pixel 7a? Well, most likely that will come later in the year. Not only that, in a couple of weeks, these mobile phones will be released to the public, meaning you can buy it. But for now, let me give you my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Google Pixel 8 Pro. So, quickly, this is my thoughts. Don't buy it. If you already have a Google Pixel 7 or 7 Pro, keep it. No need. They increased the price by $100. Not only that, not much has changed in terms of the bigger picture. Yeah, you get a couple. Yeah, you get the CPU sensor, the RAM upgrade, screen upgrade, so and so. But technically, nothing really has much changed. Most of the improvement is coming from this thing called AI, artificial intelligence. Other than that, nothing really. So, if you still have a good phone in the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, just keep it. If you have a Galaxy S23 like I do, I'm not going to change my phone. No need to change the phone. Again, there hasn't much change. Also, this is one of those models that feels like Google has stayed the same, stagnate, whatever you want to call it. They're stuck, meaning they only released this phone because they needed a model every year. That's all it is. But overall picture, no need to get this phone. But in any case, let's get on to the analysis. So to give you the specs, let's go with 8 Pro and 8. That's how I'm just gonna call them. So they both have 5G. Most likely, the Pro is gonna be bigger in terms of screen, and that's what it looks like. So let me give you the screen size on the Pro, 6.7 compared to the 6.2 on the 8. Not only that, 1344 by 2992 pixels by 1080 by 2400 pixels comparison using Gorilla Victus 2 on the Pro, while the 8 is just using the regular Victus. They both have Google new CPU, the Tensor G3, with the GPU Immortalis MC10. Storage wise, the Pro will come in at 128 gig with 12 gigs of RAM, 256 with 12 gigs of RAM, and 512 with 12 gigs of RAM, and there's also the new 1 terabyte. While the 8 will come with 128 with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 with 8 gigs of RAM. That is piss poor. Wow, unbelievable. I feel sorry for the 8. The camera in the back, 50 megapixels, f1.7 with PDA phase detect autofocus and laser autofocus with OIS, and then 48 megapixels telephoto with OIS with 5 times optical zoom, and then 48 megapixels f2.0 with dual pixel phase detect autofocus. That's three lenses, or yeah, 3 cameras on the Pro, while the 8 is 50 megapixels f1.7 wide OIS and 12 megapixels f2.2 ultra wide with no OIS. So basically the 8 also gets hammered here. Only 2 cameras, but it does have dual LED, pixel shift, HDR, panorama, and the new camera software feature, Best Take. Videos is 4K 24 30 60 frames per second, while the 1080 is 30 60 120 240 with OIS and 10-bit HDR. Now, as for the front camera, it will come with 10 megapixels f2.2 phase attack auto focus with no OIS. I can't believe the HTC 10 has the front camera with OIS so far. With the so both cameras will have a video feature of 4K 24 30 60 1080 30 60 frames per second, stereo speakers, Wi-Fi 7, yes you heard that right, Bluetooth 5.3 with aptX HD. Not only that, they both have USB-C 3.2, yes 3.2, none of that 2.0. Fingerprint under the display, and the battery of the Pro is 50 milliamps, while the 8 is just 4575. With they both have wired charging. The 8 will have 27, while the Pro will have 30 watts. And then wireless is the Pro is 23 watts, while the 8 is 18 watts. I'm sorry. And then they both comes in color obsidian, porcelain, and bay, while the 8 will have the obsidian, hazel, and rose. Why the different colors? Why? So the pricing goes along with the Pro is $1,000. That's the base, so it can go up to $1,500 depending on the storage. While the 8 will come with $700, and then probably goes up to $1,000 depending on the model or the storage. So as you can tell, it's a lot to go through when it comes to the features. But in terms of the market analysis, look, based on the conversation from the upper management, it looks like they're gaining market share in Asia. Again, whatever that means. But to me, this is one of those devices that doesn't really do much. I mean, it's still not available in the retail store. People love going to a physical retail store. I mean, they may have additional 1% market share after this release. But again, I don't know, because really, how many people do you know that have a Pixel? I know I have a Pixel 6a as my backup phone, just because I got it for cheap. But other than that, nobody I know has a Pixel. Even at work. Heck, even people outside of my own people that I've met don't even have Pixels. They even have a Android, meaning Samsung, Motorola, especially iPhone. So it's really hard to gauge. So, like I said, this phone is just a very stagnant phone for Google, so nothing has much change in terms of the market share. Again, they say that they're gaining market share, but I really don't know. I mean, for me to absolutely know that, I need to see in person. But again, I mean, nobody that I know have a Pixel. I mean, except for me, I guess. On to my rant. Number one, if you listen to their presentation, they mostly talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and also in hardware translation with their language translation software due to the Google Tensor G3. But in terms of the physical hardware, nothing has much change. Also, the Pixel 8 actually gets worse here. Like, this is basically a Pixel 8a. The Pro has 3 cameras, while the A has 2 cameras, and it has a 12 megapixel ultra wide, while the Pro has 48 megapixel ultra wide. They say that this the new camera sensor lets in more light, but then again, you won't know until you use it in person. Also, I don't think they even address the issue of the heat. They say they've made changes on the thermals and efficiency, but again, we'll see how that goes. And they did not answer that in the press release or any conference in the press cons. And so it seems like they have not fixed the issue. The $100 price increase is not good. It's never good whenever there's a price increase. The fact that we're still in 128 gigs of storage, are you kidding me? With a 40 megapixels resolution of pictures, that's not gonna be enough. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we know what this is for. Like, no wonder people don't buy Google Pixels. Now, I'll give it up to them. They said that's 7 years of upgrade. That's what they said. Okay, now we'll see. I need to see to believe it. I mean, we need 7 years to see how that goes. But knowing Google history of softwares, it's a pretty bad record. So again, I don't know how that's going to be. And then colors. The Pro has obsidian, porcelain, and bay. The 8 has obsidian, hazel, and rose. Why the different changing colors? Why don't you just keep it the same? What if the person wants a Pro, but they want the hazel? Oh, you can't get the Pro in hazel. That's only in the 8. Like, this is what bothers me about these phone makers, except Apple. At least Apple couldn't keep things consistent. Like, yo, keep it the same colors. Don't change colors in different models. Just keep it the same. That bothers me to the highest degree. And this is one of those cases that, you know what, I won't even care if Google Pixel fails. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting one if the price is right. If you know what I mean. And lastly is that, like I said, this phone is just very stagnant. It's not bringing anything new to the game. I mean, I feel like if you have an S23 for Android, just that's it. And don't even go anywhere. Don't even look at any other phone. Samsung just got it on lock because it seems like Google don't even want to take on Samsung. And it's pretty sad that Google is taking this route. It is. I just wish that Google could be much more motivated, but they're not. And so that basically concludes this thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Google Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. I mean, if you have different opinions, let me know. But just to conclude, I honestly don't think much of the Google Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. I don't think it's a big deal. Now, if you are a fan of the Pixels, sure, go get yourself one. But if you have the 7 and the 7 Pro, no need to upgrade because it looks like they have not changed much. And that 7 years upgrade, I mean, you can also get the Google Pixel 8 and 8 Pro next year when it goes down in price, and you get the 6-year upgrade. But in all honesty, don't even waste your money. And so that basically concludes my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Google Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. I will see you in the next thoughts, analysis, and rant. Bye-bye.